Welcome once again to another inspiring program on Marvels of Christendom. Perhaps you who are assisting this program may be passing through some physical illness that may be tormenting you. If that's the case, this program shall bring to you great consolation and motives for hope, because we will reflect about a great miraculous event which was resulted with two healings of two individuals. One was physical and the other spiritual. Therefore, I am sure that by now you are even more curious to know more about this miracle. So please don't forget to watch this video until the end and also to share with your loved ones. From the time of Our Lady's first apparition to Saint Bernadette, the water from the Lourdes grotto has been a source of miraculous healing for people suffering with all types of sicknesses. But in order to examine these miracles more deeply and to distinguish whether they are miracles or not, under the guidance of Pope St. Pius X, a medical bureau was established in 1905. This bureau is made up of 20 doctors and scientists. Its records are open to any doctor or scientist who wants to make their own investigation about any miraculous cure. Since the time of Saint Bernadette, over 7,000 miraculous cures have been reported to the Lourdes Medical Bureau by pilgrims who have visited Lourdes. And since 1883, only 70 cases have been recognized as miraculous according to the strict standards of the Bureau. But this does not mean the 7,000 other cures were not miraculous. These cases simply cannot be shown to be completely scientifically inexplicable, although they could be in reality miraculous. The 70 cases approved by the Lourdes Medical Bureau have been inspected by a large number of doctors and scientists, and the majority of them were found as permanent and inexplicable cures. One of the cases not recognized by the Lourdes Medical Bureau was the healing of Mary Bailey in 1902. However, there was another kind of miracle that occurred after Bailey's healing. It was the conversion of Dr. Alexis Carrel, who won the Nobel Prize for techniques he perfected in vascular surgery. In 1902, another doctor who was a friend of Dr. Carrel invited him to help in taking care of sick patients who were transported on a train from Lyons to Lourdes. As he was journeying to Lourdes on the train itself, he met Mary Bailey, who was suffering from acute tuberculous peritonitis and considerable abdominal distension with large hard masses. Though Mary Bailey was half conscious, Carrel believed she would die quite quickly after arriving at Lourdes or even much before. Other physicians on the train also thought the same. When the train arrived at Lourdes, Mary was taken to the grotto, where 3 water pitchers poured over her distended abdomen. After the first pour, she felt a searing pain. After the second pour, it was lessened. Finally, after the third pour, she experienced a pleasant sensation. Her stomach began to flatten and her pulse returned to normal. Carrel was standing behind Mary. He was taking notes as the water was poured over her abdomen. He wrote, "The enormously distended and very hardened abdomen began to flatten, and within 30 minutes it had completely disappeared. No discharge whatsoever was observed from the body." Mary then sat up in bed, had dinner very calmly, got out of bed on her own, and dressed herself the next day. She then boarded the train and arrived in Lyons refreshed. Carrel was still interested in a psychological and physical condition, so he asked that she be observed by a psychiatrist and a physician for 4 months. After her healing, Mary joined the Sisters of Charity to work with the sick and the poor in a very strenuous life, and she died in 1937 at the age of 58. When Carrel saw with his own eyes this quick and medically inexplicable event, he believed he had seen something like a miracle. However, it was difficult for him to give up with his Gnostic ideas and lack of belief in the supernatural. So he did not yet return to the Catholic faith of his childhood. As Carrel feared, because of this statement about the possibility of Bailey's miraculous cure made him lose his post at the medical faculty of Lyons. But amazingly, it had a very good effect on his future. After this, he was accepted at the University of Chicago and then was sent to the Rockefeller University. In 1912, he received the Nobel Prize for his work in vascular anastomosis. And in 1942, Carrel announced that he believed in God, the immortality of the soul, and the teachings of the Catholic Church. 2 years later, in 1944, Carrel passed away peacefully after being administered the last sacraments by Father Presser. Lourdes continues to be a place that attracts millions of people from all around the world. Miracles continue to take place until now, and they continue to shake the disbelief of so many unbelievers and to attract even more towards a true conversion. It is a true manifestation of God's glory in our century, marked with impiety and disbelief. Therefore, let us offer to the hands of our Blessed Mother all our spiritual and physical illnesses and ask her to grant us the cure that we desire, and above all, to make us increase in our faith. Therefore, as we are going to finish our meditation, I like to remind all of you, please do share this video with all your loved ones and kindly support us using the link below. May God bless you. Salve Maria.